There's my circular saw. I'm going to cut this one this way. Whoops. So the dogs were over here smelling the beeswax, and they just got in a fight about it. Pretty crazy. So now that I have all my wax pretty much cut into chunks, the chunks are small enough that they'll fit into the pot so that I can melt it down. I'm in the process now of just cleaning up the area and getting it off the wood and stuff like that. Here in a minute, when I get done cleaning my saw and everything, I'm going to keep these blocks of wood because I'm going to need to cut the wood to clean the wax off of my blade. I tried using a Sawzall earlier to cut the wax, but it just is not the tool for the job. Now, I'm not worried if there's a little bit of dirt and stuff in it because I'm going to filter it when I render it down. So now, let's talk about this saw. Obviously you can see that it made a mess of my saw, and I knew it would. So let me take these batteries out. I don't want to use anything metal to scrape the base of my shoe. So I'm just kind of using my fingers, and all this stuff will come off in time. I took the battery out of the saw, so now it's safe for me to be messing around the blade because there's no batteries. There's no chance that it can go on. So from here, let's take this blade off. And what this will do is hopefully it'll allow me to get into my guard area of my blade and get the wax out of there. We'll see what happens here. There we go. I'm just going to peel off my blade whatever I can. The blade actually looks pretty good. I didn't do too bad with the blade. It's a lot of work to do this beeswax, folks, but it's worth it. The amount of candles and things that I can make with 11.5 pounds beeswax, it's a lot of candles. So I'm just kind of cleaning out my saw. So I don't want to bore you guys with that. So here pretty soon I'll be shutting the camera off and finishing my saw off camera. Not too bad. It's coming out pretty easy. I've got the majority of the wax out of my saw, so that's good. That's like the last big piece that was inside the lower guard. That's like the last big piece. There's like one more little piece in there I'm going to try to get. I'm not too worried about it too much because just normal use of this saw, the rest of the wax will come out. So I'm not worried about it too much. I've done a lot of stuff with my saw over the years, and this is not even near close to being one of the worst things I've done. I've done many, many other things. I put masonry blades and cut concrete, all kinds of stuff with this saw. So for the most part, the saw is done. It's pretty clean for the most part. Shaking, getting rid of the wax. Whatever beeswax I can find. I'm going to go ahead and put the blade back on now. Because I can cut wood now. Nothing too crazy, folks. Okay, now I've got my saw put back together, and I'm just going to do a quick little cut. Nothing crazy. I'm just going to do a quick little cut to kind of clean up my blade. Nothing crazy, folks. Nothing crazy at all. Just something to get the wax off the shoe and the base. The shoe's got a little bit of wax still on it, but over time that stuff will come off. It's just kind of hanging up right now, but it'll come off. Something that'll help is to take some of this sawdust that I just cut, kind of rub the bottom of my saw, and it'll attach itself to the wax, and it'll help pull it off. Yeah, there's not really too much that I can do. I don't want to use any metal things against the bottom of the base, so it's just pretty much use the saw as normal and use wood against it and get that wax off. Then my base will be nice and smooth again, so that I'm not hanging up on my wood. It's actually getting slicker. Like the wax is actually kind of making it feel slick. It's probably because I put the sawdust on top of it. Let's do one more quick cut. Oh yeah, that's much better. So my saw is pretty much back to normal. No problems.